What's going on, guys? Cacti here on the Giant, or as us OGs know it as, Derice. Um, I've said it in previous videos, but I'm going to say it again, so you respect me. I don't really care for your respect, but I beat the World at War campaign soon after its release, like the first or second day after release. So I am an OG, even though I am young. I was playing this very young, so I decided it'd be fun to boot up Black Ops 3 and play all the maps again. You know, I love zombies. I love zombies. It's always a good time. The new zombies they just aren't doing it for me. Um, I find them pretty lackluster and disappointing. We haven't had a good zombie since Cold War. Anyways, Derice. Groundbreaking map, I'd say. First map to have Pack Punch, which, awesome. I mean, what a great addition. Fantastic addition. First map to introduce teleporters. Not first map to introduce transportation. That was Shinonuma with the zipline. It's also the first map to this one, not Shinonuma. This is the first map to introduce little radios. There was little radios hidden that you could activate, and they play little messages. So there was the element 115 asteroid in Shinonuma. That was the first bit of lore introduced, but this is the first one to really expand on that with the radio transmissions with the Richtofen and Dr. Maxis and Samantha. You got to learn about the puppies and the teleportation. That's origin story of the Hellhounds. It was Samantha's puppy named Fluffy, maybe. Fluffy feels right. And the poor puppy got teleported and became a Hellhound, and that was the first Hellhound. Little bit of trivia there. First map to introduce the Bowie knife, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Shinonuma had the Bowie knife. I'm pretty sure it's the first map to introduce. Whoa, that would have been embarrassing. First map to introduce an Easter egg song. Oh, and the first map to introduce an Easter egg. There's a few Easter eggs. I think you could throw the monkey bomb in the fire pit over there, a little fireplace. I forget, like, Samantha would laugh or something. Something weird. Something creepy happened. There was also, like, 3 different things you could shoot on the map. I forgot what they were. Maybe teddy bears. With, once you got your gun pack punched, you would shoot 3 different things, and then over there, they'd be, like, spinning power-ups, and they'd fly in the air. That's cool. All cool. But this has got to be my favorite map, man. It's got to be.
I think I will say this until I really need it.
Definitely my dad and I's favorite map. I mean, the Pack-a-Punch was just such a game changer. It really was. And the catwalk, dude. Great place to set up and defend. You could also train. I mean, you could train on Shinonuma, but when that map first came out, that wasn't really popular at all. Honestly, training wasn't really popular until Keynote or Toten in Black Ops, I want to say, if I remember right. But really good map, man. Really good map. It was, especially on Black Ops 3, it was here at launch, and it was such a good juxtaposition. Word of the day, juxtaposition. From Shadows of Evil, which was a very difficult map Oh, I thought I was going to get the ray gun. Very difficult map. So, having this gun's really good. Having this alongside Shadows of Evil was just brilliant, honestly. Shopping free. No, thank you. Yeah, this map really, it solidified zombies as a staple in Call of Duty. It really did. Nocturne Toten was incredible because it was the first. But then Verrucht and Shino were just pretty underwhelming. Having the perks was cool. Very cool. But it was pretty, at least I felt it was pretty underwhelming when they first came out. I didn't play Verrucht and Shino Numa all that much because they just didn't interest me. I mean, they did, but I like knocking this one. This one especially. I mean, I've played this so much. This is actually all the zombie maps in World at War come from or used assets from multiplayer maps. The first one, Nocturne Toten, being Airfield, I believe. The little bunker in Airfield. Verrucht was, I forget the name of that map. But it was, oh man, what is the name of that map? That's gonna bother me. Whatever. Verrucht and whatever the multiplayer map were like pretty much, they were the most similar in terms of transferring assets from the multiplayer map to the zombies map. Now, Shino Numa took assets from two different maps, Knee Deep and, Knee Deep and Macon, which not a lot of people know. Not a lot of people know that one. And then this one was included, a multiplayer map was Nightfire, I want to say, and they're pretty similar, to be honest. So yeah, now you know. Little tidbit there for you. That's a bummer. If you didn't know, you can either get Mule Kick or Deadshot Daiquiri on this map. Not both, and I prefer Deadshot. And it looks like we didn't get it, which is a bummer, but what are you gonna do, man? Right there. Although, Mule Kick's right there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Stamina or... You can either get Stamina or Deadshot Daiquiri. Anyways, continuing my saga on my athletic career, the Nocturne Toten map. Actually, I didn't talk about anything there. Verrucht, I talked about baseball a lot. Last episode, I talked about basketball and football, but mostly basketball. Today, I'm going to be talking about football and my football career. It started as a wee lad playing flag football. I was the quarterback because I was still small and fast and athletic before I started hitting my growth spurts. Before I have asthma, so before I started experiencing asthma symptoms. And then once I started playing tackle football, I was probably like 8. Probably around this when this game first came out. Started having asthma attacks, dude, which not fun. Having an asthma attack every day at football practice really just is not fun. And it sucked because I really like football. I really like flag football. I really like tackle football until I couldn't breathe. And found out I'm also allergic to grass, which asthma and being allergic to grass is a killer combination. Um, and the worst part about it is, dude, like you just feel like such a bitch. And there's no amount of condition. Like, yeah, conditioning makes it better for sure. Like being in shape, obviously. But no amount of conditioning like fixes asthma. You can't be in shape enough where asthma is not a factor. At least not for me. My asthma is bad enough where even in the best shape of my life, I had problems with it, which sucks. And I'd put like this mask on, dude, before practices, and it was called a nebulizer, and it had medicine in it, and it just, I mean, that helped a lot. So I was just like Bane, dude, just sucking in medicine before football practices every day so that I could breathe. Um, which helped, but it certainly didn't fix it. And I remember I would always have asthma attacks every practice, every day. And this one practice, I was having a bad one, and my coach said, "Let me know, like sit out, let me know when you're ready to come back in." And I was having an asthma attack, so I didn't hear that. I thought like he was gonna do what he usually did, where he just would come over and be like, "Hey, you ready to go back in?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, let's go." So I still like playing. I enjoy playing. So I was good about when I was ready to go back in, going back in. But I didn't hear him say that it was up to me to put myself back in. So I sat out on the sideline for the rest of the practice, and my dad was a coach, and he heard my coach say that to me, my other coach say that to me, like, "Let me know when you're ready to go back in." So I stayed out for the rest of practice, and my dad was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm fine." And was so mad at me, dude, so disappointed. I guess he just thought I was being a little bitch. So yeah, that was a tough night for the kid. Father was very angry at me, which I would have been too if I was being a little bitch, but I wasn't. I just didn't hear him. I was having an asthma attack. My bad. My bad on that one. Um, oh, dude, I remember another time. My sister played basketball, and there was these concrete courts on the way to the football field where we practiced, and we were gonna stop by the courts so that my sister could practice with my dad a little bit before my football practice. And I misunderstood. I didn't realize, or maybe I just did it self-consciously. I didn't realize we were going straight from the basketball courts to football practice. So I didn't bring my cleats. I only brought my basketball shoes. And then I didn't even end up playing I didn't even practice on the court. I was just like hanging out in the car because my dad was like, "Save yourself for football," which makes sense. Um, and then when they were done, we started going to the field, and I was like, "Dude, I don't have my cleats. Like, what are we doing?" He was so mad at me. He thought I did it on purpose. And I didn't. But I can see why he would think I was doing it on purpose. Because I did not. I like football, but especially like as my asthma got worse, my allergies got worse, it started becoming like when you're having an asthma attack every day, it's not fun. So I can see why he'd be like, all right, like this kid's just being, he's trying to get out of shit, you know? And maybe self-conscious or subconsciously I was. I don't know. I don't think so. I thought they were pretty innocent mistakes. But we were late for practice that day, which sucked. Um, got chewed out for that one. But I was very good at football. Definitely a lot better than baseball. And I don't say that to be braggadocious, because it's nothing to do with me. I all talents and skills come from God. So if you are, this is Cutthroat's advice of the day. If you are arrogant, confidence is good. You can be confident. But if you're arrogant about your skills or abilities, dude, don't, because that's not from you. That's from God. And I've had humble pie enough, and I'm thankful I've had humble pie a lot. Otherwise, I might be pretty full of myself. But I've had humble pie too many times to be arrogant. And I know I am nothing. I'm nothing. We're all nothing. One day, we're all gonna be dead, and that's okay. That's all right. I believe in Jesus, so that's comforting to me. Take that, atheist. I probably just pissed off 70% of the audience with that one, so my bad. um, but yeah, I was good at football. I remember as a youngster having a good game. One of their O linemen started crying, and he asked me if I was on steroids, which pretty funny as a kid. Pretty funny. Made me feel pretty good. Um, but then I stopped playing, focused on baseball. I think I was still playing basketball at that time, but I was like, I was done with the asthma attacks. I was done. For a long time, I was done until my senior year in high school. I really wanted to prove to myself that no, I really was good and not just as a kid. So I went out, played football, and at first I sucked, dude. I thought it would be like riding a bike. No. I mean, I didn't suck, but when you're out of practice, you don't do something for a while, you're not as good as it. So, and then they had me playing tight end too. Not very good at tight end. I mean, I could catch the ball, but first practice ever, ran a route, caught a pass, and we had a 5'10", weighed as much as me, or a little less than me. I was 250 at the time, 6'5", 250, big boy. But this dude was 5'10", 240, and like not fat, like big dude. And he came out of nowhere and sent me flying like 10 yards downfield. And that was crazy. That I've never been hit like that. And made me appreciate, you know, when I do that to other people. But eventually, playing defensive end, got good at it. Good enough in practice to get a start in the game. First game, first start, going up against a Clemson O lineman. And I was like, shit, dude, like, I'm screwed. And I ate this kid's lunch, man. I had like 4 or 5 sacks, double-digit tackles, I forget how many. So much so to the point where they started double-teaming me. Their Clemson guy, their Clemson commit, and then their next best player, which left... We had a freshman defensive end at the time who was very good. He ended up playing D1 ball. I think he still is. But just left him wide open. So I had a good first half of the game, and then he just went crazy because they were spending 2 guys on me. And they were like one of the best football teams that we played, and we just demolished them, dude. It was such a fun game. Um, so that was cool. That was really cool to be able to do that to D1 commit, dude. Pretty neat. And then next game, I started again and playing really well. And I got benched at one point, and I was like, "Oh, thank God," because I was running out of breath, man. I still have asthma. Still was having asthma attacks in practice. Um, Usually once a day. Some days were a little easier than others, and I didn't, but definitely was struggling every day. So got benched, give me a breather. I thought I was out, and then so I was sitting down, took my helmet off. My coach comes up to me, and he's like, "What are you doing, sucker? You're making all the plays out there. You're making all the tackles. Put your helmet back on." So I did, and made some more tackles. That was fun. And then the third game I was playing in on a, I forget what the play was, but basically my linebacker comes in and just blew out my knee. I mean, I was making a play on the running back, so was he. So, and it was the 5'10", 240 guy. So just a missile and just obliterated my knee, blew out my knee. Friday the 13th, October 13th, Friday the 13th. And that was a tough night. That was a tough night. Because that same night, my girlfriend at the time went to a concert and made out with a dude in the parking lot. So that was tough. She was not my girlfriend for very long after that. She sucked. But yeah, tough night for the kid. Tough night for the kid. And yeah, that was my football career, man. That was my football career. And it's already been 22 minutes. Wow, alright. This has been Cutthroat Cacti. Not trying to brag about my football career. Whatever. It's whatever. Don't. Who cares? Alright, whatever. See ya.